Hello everyone, GarethTheGamer here today, and Merry Christmas! So today I'm doing a follow-up episode to the two previous videos that I've done on Aliens Fireteam Elite and Halo Infinite multiplayer. The purpose of these follow-up episodes is to, well, you know, follow up on information that has since been released upon the making of those previous videos, but to also talk about anything that I missed. So I'm going to start off with Aliens Fireteam Elite, since there are two things that I did want to include in my video on this, but ultimately left out of the video due to time constraints, since that was the Halloween special for 2021 and I pretty much made that video on the day of Halloween, which is pretty bad of me. So the first important thing that I missed out was the fact that there's consumable items in the game that cost rep script to purchase. Now, one of the bad things about this is that it actually reduces the amount that you can spend on weapons, attachments and kits. So it's sort of like you take 3 steps forward but then you take 1 back. So if you're looking to buy a weapon, you may need to buy a consumable just to be able to beat the next mission that you decide to play. And another important thing that I missed is that the mouths of the NPCs don't move when you talk to them.
Remember to take your combat stims before deployment. It is in your interest to maximize the odds of return.
I spent 6 months as a lab assistant. Now there's actual archaeology to do and I'm stuck up here.
Knives and sharp sticks are no match for a decent sidearm. Bring me back something nice.
Now, considering the Aliens Fireteam Elite episode was a Halloween special, how I missed this out I have no idea. It's like they're telepathically communicating with you, except they're not supposed to be able to. Kinda weird, but you kinda get used to it. So since the video was made, Aliens Fireteam Elite has now been included in Game Pass for Xbox and PC, and they've also added a new game mode called Point Defense, where you have to pretty much defend 3 points from xenomorphs. From what I can gather, Point Defense comprises of 3 phases, though you can't really do it solo. You need at least another player to play with, just because you just get overwhelmed really easily. I think there's only 1 map, which is the same as with Horde mode, at least according to the game's options that you can look into now. There may be new cosmetics, but I don't think that's enough of a detail to do a whole follow-up video about, and I think that the whole idea of the new seasons in Aliens Fireteam Elite is to add new items, so I don't think I'm going to be talking about this game again. Unless anything major gets added, like a new campaign or a new Horde map or something to that effect. But with all that being said and done, I'm going to move on to Halo Infinite multiplayer now. So I'm going to be responding to questions and points that I raised in my Halo Infinite Insider video that you can almost see as a alpha to the Halo Infinite multiplayer. At the time of recording this video, Halo Infinite has left beta and gone into a full release, having a sort of surprise launch early November. So some of the additions include a theatre mode, where you can go back and review clips of gameplay. There's a tutorial, which goes into the backstory of Spartan Agrina for some reason. And if you look here, you see that there's no hidden chest in the shadow, but apparently you get it later on, so I don't know what the deal with that is. But in terms of the actual multiplayer, you get Free-for-All Slayer, Tactical Slayer, Team Slayer and Ranked Arena. Speaking of ranked, there's 6 tiers. Starting from the bottom, you go Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond and Onyx, with all tiers except for Onyx having 6 levels going from 1 to 6. I managed to get Platinum 2, Platinum 3 after doing the 10 matches of open crossplay and solo duo with controller, so pretty much the middle of the Platinum tier. Supposedly your ranking is based off of performance and not necessarily win-loss ratio, so I guess if you kill more than you die and you generally win more than you lose, then I guess that's how you level up in ranked. Of course there are new maps as well, including Aquarius, Launch Site and Streets for 4v4 Slayer game modes, but you also get High Power and Deadlock for big team battle. It would have been nice to have replaced the Behemoth or Bazaar map with either Streets or Aquarius, at least from the perspective of the insider, because that would have gave more variety of stages, as I would have mentioned in the previous video. There's also a couple new game modes, like Oddball and Stockpile. Now I want to go on the record and say I absolutely hate Oddball, and this is even included as a ranked game. How anyone can sit there and defend Oddball, where it's just literally a camp fest of a game, as a legitimate competitive game mode, I will never know. Like, it would have been better if, say for example, you got the Oddball, then any kills that your team gets with the ball actually ends up classifying as points, and then the enemy team that doesn't have the ball doesn't get points for kills. So the idea is you want to have the ball and then slay the enemy team to score points. Or alternatively, have rings or gates around the map, that way you have to grab the ball, walk through the rings, and those count as points. So then it's more about defending the ball carrier while moving all the way around the map. Honestly, either of those two ideas would make Oddball such a better game mode, especially for ranked play, because then it's all a matter of effective defense or offense. But the way Oddball currently works, it's just a camp fest and it's an absolute shit game mode. Stockpile, unfortunately I don't have footage for this, but essentially there's random power seeds that spawn on the map in clusters, and your job as a team is to just bring them back to your base, and if you get 5 you get a point, and it's first to 3 points. And a little thing that's unfair about it is that if you score a point and say the enemy team has 3 power seeds banked, then they still have 3 power seeds banked, so it doesn't zero out after a team scores a point. It can be a little unfair in my opinion, but I guess it's a general rule that if you go in front, you're going to win the game, because that's just the way Stockpile works. On to weapons. We get new weapons such as the Mangler, the Disruptor, the Sentinel Beam, the Stalker Rifle, the Cinder Shot, the Hydra, and the Energy Sword, with some abilities that I may or may not have mentioned in the previous video, such as the Thruster and the Repulsor, and the vehicle mention is the Razorback. So all in all, there are 50 achievements that exist in the multiplayer, with one at the time of this recording not being available because it's specific to the elimination game mode that's not yet available to play, and there's 3 that you can get in weapon drills. Now the reason I bring this up is because in the previous video I did talk about the possibility that weapon drills, if you get 3 stars in all of them, could unlock stuff like cosmetics or give you achievements. From what I can gather, you don't get any cosmetics for doing the weapon drills, but you do get 3 achievements. Also, it seems as if all of the multiplayer achievements can be earned in the bot arena playlist, such as getting a mythic medal. That can be pretty difficult for some players to do against actual real life players, but you can do it against bots and it becomes way easier. However, some weekly challenges you cannot do, and they can only be done in PvP, which is to say that you cannot do it in the bot arena. These challenges usually show up in blue, so any non-blue challenges can be done in the bot arena, for instance, kill 5 enemies with the battle rifle. However, backsmacking 3 enemy Spartans has to be done in a playlist that's not bot arena. Another point to follow up on is that for Game Pass users, you do get the campaign, however you do not get the premium battle pass. So if you don't have Game Pass, yes, you need to get the campaign and the premium battle pass separately, as the multiplayer is free to play. The premium battle pass is 1000 credits, or you can pay 2800 credits for the premium pass bundle, although from what I can gather there's no easy way to actually get to 2800 credits. You can only really get to 2700 for about £20, therefore it wastes money in my opinion. 1000 credits is around £8, so the lowest amount of real money you have to spend to get to 2800 credits is around £22. Also, the battle pass kinda has a pay to win model, with the ability to spend 200 credits for a battle pass level up. So as I mentioned earlier, 1000 credits is £8, so for £8 you can go up 5 levels of the 100 level battle pass. Another change is that double XP boosts last for 1 hour now, not 30 minutes as they used to. Also, daily challenges have been changed, so XP rewards now go for something like 300 XP for the first game you play, then you get 2 lots of 200 XP, 3 lots of 100 XP, and then 50 XP for all subsequent games. So in my opinion it promotes playing around 5 or so games per day, and if you time your double XP boosts right you can level up 2 or 3 levels of the battle pass just from this daily challenge change and going for certain weekly challenges that you know you can do. I also mentioned glitches in the Insider video, And I think the only major glitch that I experienced so far in the multiplayer, that again I don't have any footage of unfortunately, was a total control game on Deadlock where basically no one could score because one of the zones bugged out and no one could capture it. So the game ended a tie of 0-0. Events are a new thing, so the Fracture Tenrai event was the first event to come and go, which basically gave players the Fiesta playlist to play. For the first week that the Fracture Tenrai event was available, you could only get to level 7 out of 30 possible levels. The Fracture Tenrai event Battle Pass introduced XP grants that give 250 XP towards the main 100 level Battle Pass. I tried, and you cannot get any extra XP out of the XP grant by using a double XP boost for example, so XP grants pretty much solidly give 250 XP towards the 100 level Battle Pass. The next time this event will come around is January 4th, with the last week being early February. But what I saw people complain about was in fact only 14 of the 30 possible items to earn were cosmetic items, with 16 being XP grants, double XP boosts or challenge swaps. I imagine this may change, but I'll have to provide further details when Fracture Tenrai comes around again January 4th to see if any changes have been made to the Battle Pass progression and to the rewards for the Battle Pass. At the time of this recording, there is the Winter Contingency event, which basically means you have to play one game a day for 10 out of 14 days to complete the Battle Pass, with no event-specific challenges to complete. In my opinion, this is probably the easiest Battle Pass to complete, and I'll have to let you know if completing this Battle Pass counts towards the Complete a Battle Pass achievement or not. And there we go, I think that is all of the information that I have to follow up on at this moment in time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please let me know your thoughts and comments, or if I've missed anything out, in the comments section down below. You can also buy me a coffee to help support the venture of creating videos on this channel, and hopefully I'll see you not too long from now for future Arm of the Game. And on that note everyone, have a very Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and just take care, look after yourselves and your friends and your family, and have a great day.